In the heart of the Middle East, a story as ancient as the earth itself echoes through the pages of the Bible. It is a tale of divine intervention, human frailty, and the relentless struggle between good and evil. This story, which unfolds in the lives of Abraham, Lot, and the doomed cities of Sodom and Gomorrah, is more than just a religious text. It is a profound exploration of human nature and the consequences of our choices. The narrative begins with Abraham, a man chosen by God to be the father of a great nation. His journey is marked by faith, obedience, and a deep trust in the divine. Yet, it is not without its moments of doubt and fear. When famine strikes, Abraham and his wife Sarah travel to Egypt, where Abraham, fearing for his life, tells the Egyptians that Sarah is his sister. This lie, born out of fear, nearly leads to disaster. The Pharaoh, captivated by Sarah's beauty, takes her into his household, but God intervenes, sending plagues to protect Sarah and ultimately revealing the truth. Abraham's actions, though motivated by self-preservation, are a stark reminder that even the most faithful can be swayed by fear and self-interest. The story of Lot, Abraham's nephew, is a parallel narrative that delves deeper into the human condition. Lot, like his uncle, is a man of faith, but his character is marked by weakness and indecision. He chooses to live in Sodom, a city known for its wickedness, perhaps lured by the promise of material comfort and prosperity. When God decides to destroy Sodom for its sins, Lot is warned to flee. The angelic visitors who come to Lot's house are met with hostility and threats of violence, a stark contrast to the hospitality they receive from Lot. This scene, where Lot offers his daughters to the mob in a desperate attempt to protect his guests, is one of the most disturbing in the Bible. It highlights the lengths to which a man will go to preserve his own sense of righteousness, even at the cost of his family's dignity and safety. The destruction of Sodom is a cataclysmic event, a divine judgment that leaves an indelible mark on the landscape and the human psyche. As Lot and his family flee, his wife, unable to resist the temptation to look back, is turned into a pillar of salt. This moment, rich with symbolic meaning, serves as a warning about the dangers of nostalgia and the importance of moving forward, even in the face of unimaginable loss. Abraham, standing on a distant hill, watches the cities burn, a silent witness to the consequences of human sin. The aftermath of the destruction is equally significant. Lot, now a broken man, takes refuge in a cave with his daughters. In a disturbing turn of events, the daughters, believing they are the last people on earth, intoxicate their father and lie with him, giving birth to Moab and Ammon, the ancestors of future enemies of Israel. This act of incest, while shocking, is not without its historical and cultural context. It reflects ancient beliefs about the purity and vitality of bloodlines, but from an Israelite perspective, it casts a shadow over these nations, suggesting that their origins are tainted by sin. The story of Abraham and Sarah in Gerar is a reprise of the earlier episode in Egypt, but with significant differences. Here, the king of Gerar, Abimelech, is portrayed as a just and moral ruler, in stark contrast to the Egyptians. When he takes Sarah, believing her to be Abraham's sister. God appears to him in a dream, warning him of the consequences. Abimelech, unlike the Pharaoh, listens and acts with integrity, returning Sarah and offering restitution to Abraham. This episode serves to highlight the presence of good and justice, even in the most unlikely places, challenging the notion that only the chosen few are capable of moral behavior. Throughout these stories, the theme of divine justice and human responsibility is woven tightly. God, as the supreme judge, holds humanity accountable for its actions, but also extends mercy and grace to those who are faithful. Abraham, despite his flaws, is a figure of deep faith and obedience, while Lot, though saved, is a tragic figure whose life is marred by his inability to resist the allure of sin. The story of Sodom and Gomorrah is not just a cautionary tale about the dangers of wickedness. It is also a reminder of the importance of moral integrity and the consequences of turning away from the divine. In the end, these ancient stories continue to resonate because they speak to the timeless truths of human nature. They remind us that the choices we make have consequences, that the line between good and evil is often blurred, and that the path of faith and righteousness is not always easy. As we reflect on these narratives, we are invited to examine our own lives and consider the legacy we will leave behind. The final lesson is simple. In a world of chaos and uncertainty, the call to faith and integrity remains as relevant as ever.